Hello, hello. This is Sipping It Up with Goddess Raven, and if you didn't know, I'm Goddess Raven. Hey. So, the personal assistant of Fahim Saleh, the tech entrepreneur who was found decapitated and dismembered in his $2.2 million Manhattan apartment, has been arrested. Tyrese Devon Haspel, 21, was arrested early Friday over the grisly murder of the 33-year-old in his Lower East Side apartment earlier this week. Haspel, who worked as Saleh's personal assistant, is expected to be charged with second-degree murder and other counts. Shout out to the police, the New York City the police department, for catching this guy and getting him off the street really quick, because that is some twisted, and that is some to decapitating and dismembering, and ooh. Okay. Detectives believe Saleh was killed after he found out his assistant had stolen tens of thousands of dollars from him, sources told the outlet. The slaying occurred even after Saleh set up a payment plan for Haspel to repay the money he allegedly stole instead of reporting them to the authorities. You see, now he's trying to do a nice thing by not telling and taking him to the cops, where he would be arrested for theft, fraud, or whatever else they could have charged him with and sent to jail for it. You see, sometimes you can't, like, if somebody's capable of stealing tens of thousands of dollars from you, that means that person ain't got no scruples. And sometimes you can't give people no break. I'm sorry. Look at this. He gave him a break, and look how that turned out for him. Okay? So, police who have not yet announced, Tyrese Devon Haspel's arrest, but are expected to do so, soon, believe, the tech entrepreneur was killed on Monday, which is a day before his body was found. The investigators believe the killer returned to Saleh's apartment on Tuesday to clean up the apartment and dismember the tech entrepreneur's body. Now, how sick and twisted are you? So, Saleh's body was discovered by his sister when she went to his apartment on Tuesday afternoon. His body had been decapitated, dismembered, with the parts being placed into separate plastic garbage bags. A power saw, vacuum cleaner were both found plugged in. Autopsy results was released on Thursday, which is yesterday, revealed that Saleh was tasered, then stabbed multiple times before being dismembered. Saleh had last been seen alive just over 25 hours prior to his body being discovered. Now, surveillance footage from inside the 265 East Houston apartment building showed Saleh walking into an elevator at about 1:40 p.m. on Monday with his personal assistant. But the assailant, he didn't know that this was his personal assistant. Okay? Dressed in a suit, a tie, and a mask, and holding a large bag, following closely behind him. Now, let's pause this. Sometimes your street instincts have to kick in and say to yourself, like, this don't look good. I'm not getting onto an elevator where my chances of getting away is not good, because then I'm trapped on this elevator, the person can do whatever they want, or I go and take them into my home, which is something you don't want to do. I would have never even got into the elevator. I would have never even went into the building. I would have stayed outside, because I'm safer outside, because then people will hear me scream and they can help my black ass. Just saying. Okay, but let's keep on with this. Law enforcement says Saleh, dressed in shorts and a t-shirt, appeared suspicious when the masked man fumbled with the elevator, which required the use of a key fob to operate. See, from the time he looked like, okay, he's dressed in all black. You remember the line from Little King's song? Dressed in all black like the Omen. What? No. These are clues. If the person's fumbling, they act like they can't find their key fob. They got a big old giant black bag with them. They're dressed in all black. Leave their asses out that elevator. You can't come in on this elevator. Matter of fact, I'm not going into this building to help you get on this elevator. Okay? I think that was crazy. And 265 East Houston apartment building that are worth $2.2 million for each apartment. You need to step your game up. I'm just saying, and put a top trained security guard on this elevator that sits down. I don't know how big this elevator is. I don't give a dang. You need somebody sitting in this elevator or sitting outside of the elevator, and they have to be. The key fob has to be out in their hand for them to get onto this elevator. Their ID or something, some special kind of ID that, or their fact that they're on this guest list, they must check in. And there need to be somebody posted up 24/7, at least 2 shifts of somebody sitting there 24/7 every damn day. Because if these apartments are worth 2.2 million. You could afford to put a security guard in front of this elevator, or you could afford to put a security guard by that door and by that elevator to keep the people in that building safe. Yeah, you can. And I have another problem of why is there not somebody watching these videos as they're filming? As these security cameras are filming, why is there nobody watching them? So definitely, if from people at 265 East Houston, y'all need to make some demands on, y'all need to make some changes on security guard present on the front door near the elevator, and you need somebody who is watching and monitoring these cameras. Because if somebody was monitoring these cameras, then somebody could call the police. You understand what I'm saying? If somebody was monitoring that elevator, then that mean that personal assistant wouldn't have been able to get on that elevator because he would have to show that key fob. And if he didn't have the key fob, he wouldn't have been able to get on. Okay? And another thing is, be cautious, people, because people are nuts out here. Okay? As the doors open to the tech's 7th floor apartment, words were said to be exchanged between the pair before the tech will collapse to the ground. See, why is nobody monitoring these cameras? This is a $2.2 million East Side apartment. Nobody's monitoring cameras? Nobody's monitoring these elevators? No. Yo, no. I'm bougie. Y'all, somebody needs to be monitoring this stuff. Shoot, even the rules of where I live, like, we have a key fob. And the rule is, you don't let nobody else in. You ain't got your fob to get in? You ain't getting in. And somebody's monitoring these cameras. And I don't understand. Now, this ain't no 2-point-something million. But somebody's monitoring these cameras where we at. Now, how come I get that treatment, but yeah, y'all over there who paying twice the amount can't? I'm just saying, okay? A struggle then ensured between, the tech entrepreneur and his personal assistant, but the elevator doors closed, obscuring the camera's view of what happened next. By the time the police arrived at the complex the following day, they were greeted with the horrific scene. Of course, the tech entrepreneur's torso was found in the corner of his living room with his head and arms in separate bags. It's just sad. And his sister had to discover that when she came home. So I gave my input and I gave my opinion on what I think, and that's just my opinion. If you living in such a location, then there should be some other actual added stuff into this, like a security guard, and 24/7 the cameras need to be monitored. Somebody needs to be monitoring these cameras. I'm not just paying for the $2 million for the apartment to walk on my elevator and get up to my apartment, but you need to also know that you're gonna be safe. Just saying. All right, y'all. Give me your opinion below and tell me what the heck y'all think. Am I right or wrong? All right. And if you haven't already, click like and subscribe to my channel.